Alright. Hello everybody, good evening. It is Jacob here, getting ready to play some Modern. So, blue-based permission decks haven't been super great in Modern right now, so I haven't been playing a whole lot of Blue Moon. But I figured Delver might be alright, because it's able to really kind of like close the game out before they can draw like Veil of Summer and stuff, like all the green-based decks. So I'm giving that a shot tonight and seeing how it works. I'm hoping it's okay. Pretty stock Delver list. I'm pretty sure that it's not going to work out super good, but I'm curious to see if Mystic Sanctuary gives this deck enough power to actually be competitive. I know that it's been doing kind of alright in the past couple of months, and I've played it a little bit and I wanted to jump on it and see if it could do well. For those of you who don't know, Mystic Sanctuary, the new card from Throne of Eldraine, puts an instant or a sorcery on top of your library if you got 3 or more islands, and that's really good with Delver, because it guarantees that you can flip it as long as you put an instant on top or a sorcery. And I really don't got a whole lot to say about this list. There's no cryptic commands because it's a Delver deck. We're a little bit lower to the ground. And I'm just hoping that my theory actually works out and we can beat some Oko decks, beat some green decks, stuff like that. Because I feel like I can't really play cryptic command anymore until something's done about Veil. And one of the best ways to beat Oko, I think, is just by going wide, and Young Pyromancer is really good at doing that. So Oko might not even be that big of an issue if we can get our engine online. So let's get this party started. Hello, Nixon Lee. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Hunter. Alright, so we did end up winning the die roll. So I will go first. And Delver's kind of a complicated deck to play, so gonna be taking my time here. This hand's fine. We really would like a threat, like a Snapcaster Mage or something. But we have everything else we kind of need to function. How was your New Year's party? It was great and very, very, very exhausting. Oh my god, I love this deck, Habit and Paper. I like it too. I'd be lying if I said I didn't have fun playing Delver. I'm going to put the Fetch Land and Snapcaster Mage on top. I'm putting the Fetch Land on top so that we can rebuy something like Serum Visions. Yes! You can get the deck list by going exclamation point deck. So right now Delver has a better matchup than Blue Moon from your opinion. Yeah, I feel like we can't really go long anymore with Veil of Summer being in the format. So I'd like to think Delver plays similarly enough to Blue Moon while still being good. I'm just playing Young Pyromancer here. I don't think people are playing Spell Snare in the format, and they led on Snow-Covered Island. So, alright. So they're probably going to play like Ice Fang Quaddle or something here, right? So I don't even attack. Yeah, I feel like I don't even attack. They're just going to like play an Ice Fang Quaddle with Force of Negation backup, and then we're going to look like a fool. Maybe next turn I can attack? Yeah. It's like I knew. Morgana, stop. My cat's currently whining and chasing something around the house. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. They're probably gonna counter it in response. Yep, Spell Pierce, sure. But now we got some tokens to pressure them. And we got another Young Pyromancer, sweet. I'm tempted to not even get a Mystic Sanctuary here, depending on what they do. Arkham's Astrolabe, okay. Just came home from Modern, 3-1. Nice job, Vash. I find the Blood Moons in this side to be quite useless. If you keep them off Tron, they'll just tutor for Blast Zone and kill your Delvers along with Moon. In my opinion, Disdainful Stroke is better off. Beat down Tron is the way to go. Well, we are going to beat them down, but Blood Moon should ideally shut them off from, like, Cavern of Souls and whatever. I could see the Blood Moons being Alpine Moon, but then that just gets hit by Blast Zone too. I don't know. You're probably right, Haunter, but I do like having something for big mana, and I feel like the counter spells likely aren't going to cut it, because they make their stuff uncounterable anyway. Oh, okay. Alpine Moon is what you mean. Right. Love the Twilight Zone lighting, by the way. Thank you. Let me know if you guys like the lighting, because I think I'm doing this, actually. I think I am going to get Mystic Sanctuary and put it on top. Because I did get a new lighting setup from my in-laws, who were super nice and got me these lights for Christmas. So if you like how they are, let me know. And if you don't like them, also let me know. Here's another one. We're kind of playing into Supreme Verdict here. But, you know, they only have 2 of them. And we're not going to win by not playing creatures. Astrolabe, sure. I was fully expecting that to be a Path to Exile. Alright, this is the part of the game where I really need to take it slow. Deprive and Force of Negation. Okay. Just gonna swing with my elementals. Yeah, Deprive's really good. So that's 2 Ice Fang Quaddles down. Pizzy looking pretty great. They're probably just gonna Supreme Verdict here, though, right? Yeah. It's like I knew. That explains why they blocked the Elemental token with the Quaddle. Are they gonna path this? I bet they're gonna path this. If they do I even bother trying to protect it? I don't think I do. They're shocking it in. Okay. Probably gonna animate Celestial Colonnade. Polluted Delta was exactly what the doctor ordered. I think I'm good putting that on top and just delving 3 here. Because it doesn't really change a whole lot. If they want to fight over it, I can force Do they have 2 forces? They're probably going to tap and path, right? Wow, they are just really... They really, really want this colonnade to live. That's sad. What are the odds that they just play an Oko now or something? They cast Force of Negation with Force's ability, and then they exile the Cryptic. Yeah, wow. They're just... They really wanted it. Could have played around the second Force by depriving first. Could I? How? Is there something I'm not seeing? I didn't have enough mana. I had 3 to... Oh, I could have... I get what you're saying. If I deprived, I could have held Force for the inevitable Oko Thief of Crowns. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I thought you were saying there was some way for me to counter the Magmatic Sinkhole. I mean, counter the thing that was countering my Magmatic Sinkhole. We just take Lightning Bolt and Archmage's Charm, right? Okay. Let's think. We got 5 mana available. So we could opt Archmage's Charm, but then we're not holding up Deprive. We're tapped out, so now's a good time to play Snappy Boy. Go Serum Visions. Might be able to cheese out a win here. Do I want Spell Snare? I think I do. So next turn they're gonna animate the food token. They're gonna make the food token a 3/3. So I do want the bolt, so that I can actually kill the colonnade when they animate and block with it. I think Snapcaster Mage and Icefang Quaddle are going to be the 2 cards we're going to worry about after that sequence. And with Deprive and Archmage's Charm, if they keep making foods with Oko, we can just keep stealing them. Wow, okay. Now I have to bottom this Lightning Bolt because I don't have a basic mountain. I feel like I should keep it. We might be able to find basic mountain down the line. I'm also playing very slow here. Really hope they just attack with Colonnade or something. You fool. Delver's a good one. We might just be able to beat him down now. Path to exile targeting the food token. Nah. This is ours now. We'll put that on top so our Delver absolutely flips. Swing at first shot. That way they have to block with Colonnade next turn or crack the food token. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Yep, I mean, that was a good top deck. I mean, good for them. What game is this? This is game 1. Do we just win then? Yeah, we just win now, I think. They can still crack the food token, but I think we got there. If we draw a land, we can just bolt them. Like, our board presence is pretty strong. Yep. Okay, they're at 2. Next turn they can go up to 5. Okay, now they're at 4. Oh, they put Supreme Verdict on top. Yeah, now we just die. Incredible. Yep, I forgot they ran Mystic Sanctuary themselves. That's so upsetting. Yeah, now they're getting game life and we can't win. Trying to think of what I could have done there. Like, them top decking Jace was just kind of nutty. I feel like we were in a good position. I feel like we played that okay. Really sucks. I know I want these mystical disputes. What do I actually take out? Sinkhole was alright there, albeit not fantastic. They're gonna Field of Ruin all of our... No, they only got 2 Field of Ruins, so they can't Field of Ruin all of our red sources. Spell Pierce and Spell Snare seem excellent. I feel like we got all good cards in this matchup, but we just... I feel like an early Delver's important. Do I cut a land? Because they're going to be pathing everything? No, that's stupid. I shouldn't do that. I guess I cut 1 Sinkhole and a couple Lightning Bolts. They don't really have a lot of great targets for Bolt. Yeah, if I deprived instead of Force of Negation during the Colonnade turn, that might have made a difference. We're super behind on clock. This hand's got some stuff. I wish it had a threat, but it's got loads of interaction. So I will keep. They will have to path our threats, so I think I'm just going to prioritize finding a path here. I mean, not a path, a creature. Like a Delver, yep, that works. Okay, now no matter what happens, we're good, because if Delver flips, that means we have a threat. If Delver gets pathed, we get a land. If Delver doesn't flip, it's likely because of a land, because there's only like 10 non-land cards and non-spell cards left in our deck. So I think we're okay. Okay, we reveal Opt. This is getting pathed, I'm almost certain. Nope, no path. Okay. Just opting here, trying to find a land. Spell Pierce. Yeah, okay, man. Now when they go to play Oko or Teferi or whatever, I'm just going to force it. Loving the Delver flips. I'm loving the Delver flips too. It was very lucky we flipped it on turn 1. Now we might actually have a shot. Yeah, it really stinks about us not hitting our land drops or whatever. But at least we're killing them. Please path my Delver. You know what? That's a land. I'll take it. That's also a land. Now's when they play Icefang Quaddle. No, they're pathing. Okay, sure. I bet it's Veil of Summer. Nope. Okay, cool. Super happy to be wrong there. So we're going to shuffle Force of Negation back into our deck here, and I say we're going to shuffle it because they're going to crack with Field of Ruin. And when they do that, I'm tempted just to Snapcaster Mage Opt here, because now we got 2 Mystical Disputes. Spell Pierce, yeah, okay. But we have a threat on board now, and that's dandy. So what they really need here is they need Icefang Quaddle plus like a million other things to really, really punish us for that sequence. They need like play Icefang Quaddle now, they draw into a Planeswalker and Veil of Summer. Like something like that would be really bad. Would Deprive make the ability fizzle? It would, but I can't even cognate a way where I would create that circumstance. Like, I don't even know how I would do that. How would I guess if they're, like, doing Field of Ruin stuff and I could, like, deprive while the Field of Ruin triggers on the stack. That'd be nutty, though. Probably Path, right? Yep. Got 3 cards in hand. Let's put Opt on top. Now they're going to Path. We're going to go for Deprive. They're going to go for, like, Cryptic or something. Or maybe just Veil of Summer. Like, knowing us, it's probably just Veil of Summer and we'll lose. Yeah, Veil of Summer as your last card. Okay, we know we're drawing Opt. So we'll put Deprive on top. We'll Opt. High impact counter wars. Yeah, man. Thankfully, they haven't had that design mistake, so we've actually been able to win it. However, now they got Colonnade. So we might only be able to get one more attack in here. Yeah. I think Colonnade's only a 1-of, and they've drawn it both games. It's been savage. They know about the Deprive, so they're not going to play something juicy until they're certain they can win the counter war. Well, they are certain they can win the counter war. Even though they got 1 card left in hand. Wow, okay. Timely reinforcements. Incredible. Maybe I should have put Opt on top instead of Mystical Dispute. Not Mystical Dispute, but Deprive. Yeah, we're boned. We are absolutely boned. Yeah, I should have put Opt on top. Well, our opponent's running hotter than the sun. But they're not doing anything here. Why aren't they doing anything? If they just keep attacking with Colonnade, they'll win. I despise this card. I just... Why'd they think this was okay? Why did they okay this? What sort of asshole designs an entire Magic set around uncounterable stuff? It's like, okay, what's our set themed around? Well, we've done Egyptian, we've done an Egyptian set, we've done a set where it's, you know, all the planeswalkers are fighting. What should the core set be themed around? You know what people love? Not being able to interact. Let's make it uncounterable. Like, everything's uncounterable all the time. People love that shit. We'll put cards you have a hard time interacting with, like Field of the Dead. We'll print Veil of Summer so that all of our big, dumb planeswalkers can resolve. Like, fuck you, Wizards. I'm sorry if that's me salting off. It's just like, it's just irresponsible. Yeah, it's dumb. Like, why would you design your set around a concept that completely invalidates an archetype? Like, Magic was built with control in mind, I'm sure. Control, mid-range, combo, aggro, stuff like this. Why would you design a set where it's just like, you know what? Instead of rock, paper, scissors, we're going to completely take scissors out of the equation. Like, is the Teferi core set going to be like, we're going to staple life gain on all the spells so that aggro can't exist anymore? Yeah, like this nonsense. You know what's fun? Not being able to interact. Delightful. Like, my opponent didn't outplay me there. They didn't, like, remand their own spell. They're just like, oh, yeah. No, my spells are uncounterable now. Nah, Jacob, you don't understand. They outplayed you by putting the broken cards in their deck. Alright, so that makes every single instance where I've been ahead, I've fallen behind because, well, no, Timely Reinforcements was... That one is not uncounterable, surprisingly. But we got Veil of Summer, which made their Tef uncounterable, and Tef's whole thing is you can't use counter spells anymore. Then we got Dovin's Veto to win the counter war, and can't be countered. Oh, and then we got Supreme Verdict, which can't be countered. Incredible. Just give me stuff that exiles spells on the stack so I can fight back. Show me Veil of Summer. It just really stinks because the whole reason I was playing Delver during this league was I naively had the hope that, maybe we can beat the Veil of Summer decks by just racing them. But nah, you can't even do that. Summary Dismissal. I've already tested it. I've tested Summary Dismissal, I've tested Unsubstantiate, I've tested Mind Break Trap. Like, I've done it all already, guys. None of them are playable. We need Spell Queller's effect on a 2-mana counter spell. That's what we need. We need Remand that says return target spell to its owner's hand, draw a card. We need something that's not card disadvantage and actually gets rid of the stuff. Because until that happens, you're either not going to be able to play control, or your control deck is going to be, let's make all of our stuff uncounterable and miserable to play against. It's just negligence. Like, I'm wondering if they tested any of this stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry to be a negative Nancy, but I have tested all those things that could potentially interact with uncounterable stuff. And the problem is they either cost 4 mana, and they're terrible in the matchups where they're not running Veil of Summer because it's a 4 mana counterspell that doesn't, like, 2-for-1 them. Or it's stuff like Unsubstantiate where, again, yeah, you play it, but it doesn't permanently get rid of the problem, and it sets you down a card. And I keep saying that's negligence on Wizards' part because I, again, hope that this isn't a malicious, intentional thing. I hope this isn't like some new wave design choice where it's like, we're just going to completely murder playstyles just for the hell of it. Insolent Neonate. So, Dredge. Probably. It could be the Grizzlebrand deck that Magic Aids has been winning. This year has had so many problems slipping by. Yeah, I agree, but it's like, it keeps happening, right? And if it happens this many times, it makes me wonder whether or not it's an accident. Like, you don't just accidentally design Teferi, Dovin's Veto, and Veil of Summer, and Oko, and all these other things, right? Like, it's not a whoops sort of thing, I feel. And I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong there. It could be a complete accident that all this busted stuff conveniently butchers an entire archetype of Magic. It could be an accident, but it feels super intentional. Like, I feel attacked right now. Yeah, they could just be trying to murder Modern. I could easily see that. Like, make Modern from interest wane so that everybody who doesn't want to rip their own hair out ends up playing Pioneer instead. Yeah, I could definitely see that. And if that's the case, fuck you, Wizards. I get you're a company and you need to make money, but if you're so creatively bankrupt that the only way you can make money is by completely ruining an entire format of Magic, then, like, that sucks. Hi. Thank you, Hannah. You are a sweet pea. Alright, they're probably going to Goryo's Vengeance back the Grizzle Pig, and then we're going to die, right? Yep. Yeah, we don't have any graveyard hate. Magic Aids was right. That deck is a meta killer. We got like Ashiok and that's it, which probably isn't going to do anything. Counter spells should be enough though. At least I hope so. You know what? Maybe I even just bring in Mystical Dispute over the Lightning Bolts. I'll keep this. Deprive was a really good one. They might just do multiple Goryo's Vengeance is the thing. Like do a Goryo's Vengeance on our end step and then we can't win. Unless we draw Force of Negation. Could see something like that happening. Action needs to be taken against broken new cards way sooner. Yeah, I mean, they let standard be Oko Veil of Summer nonsense for like, what, a month and a half, maybe even longer before doing anything about it. I'm not playing the second Delver of Secrets because we could draw Spell Snare or Spell Pierce off of the Opt. Oh, Merchant in the Veil. Okay, that's not nearly as bad as what I was thinking. Gonna bottom that. Deprive's a good one. If we draw untapped land here, we could play Delver and Deprive, but we didn't, so be it. Alright, we're closing in on them. Watch them print Dead Dovin's Vengeance, uncounterable version of Goryo's. I would not even be surprised. Like, you joke silent spec, but I would not be surprised if they're just like, we printed an uncounterable combo enabler. Okay, is this double Goryo's Vengeance, or is this just... Yeah, it's through the breach. Okay. Now they're dead. And I'm not opting here because I want to flip Delver. Cool. Sick flip, dude. Yeah. You see, and we deserve to get got game one by that because that's what this deck is designed for, right? Like the Goryo's Vengeance deck, it's supposed to get you game one, right? And then you go in the sideboard and it's a little bit harder, right? Like that's fine. And we could very well lose game three because they're on the play and they have a nut draw, but I'm kind of okay with that. I'd rather play against something like this where I have some hope of interacting with them than the last deck where you have the hope, but you know that it's fruitless. Okay. We really need a Force of Negation here. Deprive might be too slow, but we have Opt to try and find something. And we might be able to trick them into thinking we have a counter spell if we go Steam Vents untapped here. Ilhrog the Raise Boar. Okay, there's Neonate. They're probably going to try and turn to us, but we might be able to scare them a little bit. Crack Flooded Strand. Steam Vents untapped. So I'm hearing Dredge. Yeah. Except our counter spells are really, really good against this deck and not so great against Dredge. No black source there. So maybe they kept kind of a risky one? Interesting, interesting. Okay. They're probably going to Once Upon a Time here, right? Yeah. Okay. This card's really good in this deck. Most of their combo pieces or combo, like, the big boys can be found with Once Upon a Time, as can the discard things. Like the creatures. Ugh. Drawing lots of lands here. What's sad here is if they play a black source and don't tap it here, I don't even think I'm confident. Oh. Yeah, no black source. Okay. And they don't run Manamorphose if this is Magic Aid's build, so I think I will just play a Snappy Boy and get the beats going. There's Serum Visions. I think I'm firing that off now to try and find Force of Negation. I like both of those cards. I know they don't run any blue cards, but even 3-mana Mana Leak is probably good enough in this match. They need double Simian Spirit Guide here to punish us. They did not have it. And I know I'm not really gaining value out of my snaps here with like flashing back spells and stuff, but I think it's risky to tap that low. Do I counter this? Nah, I don't think I do. That's probably bait. Or it could just be them digging to try and find lands. Yeah, it was just them digging. Okay, there's Force. I'm pretty sure we win now. Good old Ambush Viper. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Like, there's things you can do to fight back against a deck like this, and because of that, it's fine. If you're a control deck and you want to be competitive in the control mirrors, the only way to do it is by running uncounterable stuff. It's brainless. It doesn't make for engaging on the stack interactions. It's just like, do they have Veil? Do they have Dovin's Veto? It's like, okay, sure. Okay, I'm going to drink this Mountain Dew so I stop salting off. Watch it make me more hyper, and then I just salt off more. Morgana, you don't drink this, you drink water. You're not allowed to make bad decisions because you're barely sentient. Ah, who am I king? You still make bad decisions. Also, there's an idea I kind of want to share with you guys. Where is it? Mythic Spoiler. There's a card that was spoiled a while ago that I want to talk about on stream for a little bit. And after this game, we'll do some talking. Because I'm hopeful about this card, but I'm also somewhat realistic, and I don't think it's going to be good enough. But I want to kind of get the dialogue going like I did with Archmage's Charm. Because it could help deal with the Cavern of Souls, Veil of Summer, Dovin's Veto problem. But it could just be too slow because it cost 4 mana. Some of you probably already know what I'm talking about. I want both of these. Absolutely want both of those. Windswept Heath. Okay. This is a mana dork. Could be Infect. If it's Infect, I think we're going to be alright. Ashiok enchantment flash thingy, yeah. Well, hands without threats are trap hands and Delver decks. I agree with you, but I felt like with the Serum Visions, we at least had the chance to find something. Yeah, this is Infect, so I'm just bolting the Noble Hierarch here. So if they go blue source, Blighted Agent, we can Spell Snare it. And if they go double green source Glistener Elf, we Young Pyromancer plus Bolt. But yeah, I do agree, Haunter, I probably shouldn't have kept that. The Serum Visions is what tempted me, but it still probably was incorrect for me to keep it. Play this tapped, bolt this. So they're Devoted Druid, right? They're not... what's it called? They're not Infect. They're actually Devoted Druid. So Spell Snare's kind of at a premium here. Would be better to have a little bit of sharp damage. Sharp damage, just like raw damage. He used one Force of Rage. Turns out quite surprising. Well, I guarantee nobody's going to play around Force of Rage. I think you can afford to test out cards like that, but I think the build we got's pretty solid right now. But what you're saying is you want just like damage out of nowhere, right? If you want like kind of a I win the game button like that. Give it a shot. I can't see it being good in every single matchup, but, you know, 6 damage out of nowhere might work. Like with any cards that I haven't played with, I'd say try it out. Try it out and report your findings. Okay, there's Pizzy. I can Force of Negation to counter another Finale of Devastation. Is this Coco? Shalai. That's really bad. That's a one of? Yeah, that's a one of. Damn. Yeah, that's awful. And it's 6 mana to put counters on everything. So we need another land here. Or another lightning bolt. That works. At the very least, we got 2 Spell Snares, so I guess that's good. Yikes. Yeah, that's really good against us. I think I'm going to use one of these Spell Snares to pitch to Force of Negation. And then next turn I can go double Bolt. Yeah, they didn't attack because they're just holding the high ground. Stinks we can't use these bolts on their other creatures, but at least with Young Pyromancer out, it doesn't feel like we're losing card advantage here because we're also generating bodies. That's why I kind of like Young Pyromancer in these tempo decks a lot. You're allowed to make plays that would normally be card disadvantage that are just essentially nullified by generating elementals. That stuff we did with Force of Negation just felt dirty with Pizzy out. You're allowed to make more risky tempo positive plays and still be able to stay ahead. Yeah, there's lots of problems with Force of Rage, but I encourage people testing cards out, because it could be secretly good in a tempo-based deck like this. Then again, it could just easily also be, like, terrible. Okay, that's 3 Finale of Devastations. I know they run the 4, but still. That has a lot. Okay, I'm just swinging through. Maybe they block, maybe they don't. They don't. Okay, that's game, I think. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't block an elemental there. Amulet 4TW, thank you for the follow. Happy to have you here. By the way, congrats on all your trophies. Are they mostly with Delver? No, they're almost entirely with Blue Moon, but with Veil becoming as popular as it is, it's basically impossible for me to win with Blue Moon anymore. I think even Blue-White Control has less of a percentage in MTG Goldfish than Blue Moon now, because Bant Control's just better because it's Blue-White Control with Veil. And I can't really 5-0 with Blue Moon anymore, sadly, because of that stupid card. So I've been playing Pioneer, I've been trying other decks in Modern to sort of increase my skill set until all this just blows over. Because that's all I can really do is just wait for this to blow over. Alright, I like these nerds. Don't know how good Archmage's Charm's going to be. They're going to bring in Veil themselves, because of course they are. And there's not a lot of great targets to steal there. We could steal like a Bird of Paradise or a Giver of Runes, but it's probably better just to kill those. I think I will take out the Force of Negation too, at least one of them. Because Ashiok's going to be working to turn off their non-creature spells. We'll give that a shot. Well, Oko, look, Oko is the best Planeswalker ever printed, but as long as you can counter Oko, it doesn't matter if it's a Tibalt, or like an Obnixilis, or whatever. The problem, Oko is a busted card, but the real problem are the cards around Oko, I feel. Stuff like Veil of Summer. I felt like even in Standard, you could have, they could have just banned Veil of Summer and Standard might have been okay. Then again, I don't play a lot of Standard, so that could just be me being grossly uneducated. But I think the real issue are the cards around Oko that guarantee he's going to resolve every time. Blue-White and Blue-Red have the exact same meta percentage on MTG Goldfish. See, that's shocking to me. I know that Bant control is basically just blue-white, but like raw blue-white control having the same percentage as blue-red feels surreal to me and probably states that there's a problem. Because people like Azorius way more than they like Blue Moon. And if it's that low, then I'd have fucked up. WotC might have fucked up. They're gonna play... They're gonna play a Devoted Druid next turn, so I think I gotta ship that to the bottom to try and find a Bolt, because unless I can give Grim Lavamancer haste, there's not gonna be an easy way to kill that. Yep, okay. There we go. Rewarded. We know Shalai is coming down. Probably on turn 4. So we gotta find a Magmatic Sinkhole. Oh no, wait, we got Grim Boy. We might just be able to ping Shalai to death. Duskwatch Recruiter. I think I'm just playing these. I could have Snapcaster Mage Lightning Bolted the Duskwatch Recruiter, but I'm really, really worried about the Shalai they revealed off of Once Upon a Time. More so than this card. Interesting attack. I'm half tempted just to trade the Young Pyromancer here, but I feel like that's probably not correct. Still, going to 12 is a bit scary. Alright, there's Shalai. Or is it Walking Ballista? If that's Walking Ballista, we're just dead. We're just actually just dead. Fuck. Isn't that one of? That's savage. Yeah, okay. I mean... Sure. That's so sad. Yeah. It's not over yet. I wasn't expecting the creature-based deck to board wipe us there, though. Okay, we know we're drawing that bolt. So we can bolt snap bolt Shalai next turn. I don't think they have another Walking Ballista in their deck. They're probably just holding on to like Veil of Summers and whatever, right? Thankfully we took out all of our counter spells, basically. Yep, okay. I'm fine with that. Because they cast a spell here. Yeah, we're at 10. I'm not blocking that. Okay, hopefully we can snowball here. Funny how they had Shalai both games. I know Once Upon a Time increases consistency, but I promise that's just a one-of. It's like my catchphrase for this stream. Honestly, do one-ofs even exist in Magic anymore? There's so many tools. Between the London Mulligan and stuff like Once Upon a Time, there's just so many things to There's so many ways to just consistently get what you want that it's better just to run 4-ofs of everything. Alright, they're gonna put a creature card into their hand. Probably flip this. They put no cards into their hand with Duskwatch Recruiter. Well, they can't attack here because then we just trade. So with this trigger on the stack, I think I'm going to try and Lightning Bolt it. Delver's fine. So we cast 2 spells there. I'm going to nuke their graveyard right now, so there's no way that they can recover that dude with like a, what's it called? Post-mortem lunge. This should shut off all their tutors. We cast 2 spells, so that flips back. That fetch land's a really dead draw. Okay. The combo's still scary, but it's less scary when they don't have Walking Ballista. I guess they do have the Duskwatch Recruiter. Now they actually got 2. Okay, yeah. So we need a way to kill that. But we don't have a way to kill that. But we do have Spell Snare. I think I'll swing. Really interested to see what happens. Could still combo out and die. They could still combo out and die, I mean. Devoted Druid. Alright. They can cast Devoted Druid. But if they do that, their Duskwatch Recruiters aren't going to flip. But again, it probably doesn't matter if they flip at this point, right? Okay, there's another Devoted Druid. I'm not going to counter that, because I'm more afraid of the... what's it called? Wow. Grim Lavamancer. I'm more afraid of Vizier of Remedies. You exiled Healy and Ballista, right? I don't think they have a win con except Finale of Devastation. Well, even if the search thing fizzles, they can still buff their dudes, correct? Like, Finale of Devastation allows them to buff their dudes if it's over 10, right? Does it give them Trample? Yeah, we're getting there. We're... Yep. Well, Giver of Runes is a good magic card, but might not be enough. If this Delver flips, they're on a 2-turn clock because we can point the Grim Boy at... We can point the Grim Boy at their face. Bird of Paradise. Okay, are they going to play it, though? Because that would put them down to 9, which I don't think would be relevant. Alright. So we get some dudes flipping. Hopefully ours flips to Island. Yikes. That's sad. Do they have Veil of Summer? We can kill both of these Devoted Druids. They play Giver of Runes, then their Duskwatch Recruiters are going to flip back. Do I aim for the face with any of this? I go down to 6. It doesn't change the clock. Yeah, it doesn't change the clock at all. I don't think we're going to run out of Grim Boy food because we can always throw our Snapcaster Mage under the bus to get 8 cards in our yard. Postmortem Lunge. Okay. We're dead then, right? Nah, I think I just kill this now. Like, they can generate a ton of mana. Does it give everything trample is what I'm wondering. Okay, I'm F6ing here. Hopefully they don't have Finale of Devastation, and hopefully it doesn't give things trample. No, just haste. Okay, excellent. Because I know they got Giver of Runes in their hand. And their Walking Ballista is exiled. And they can't tutor for anything. And they can't draw the creatures in their deck. Because these are now Midnight Howlers. And this person's content to do this, so I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, everybody. I'm going to leave this up, though, so you too can experience the joy of them generating infinite mana. Oh, they only generated 17 mana. That's disappointing. They put Eidolon of Rhetoric in their hand. Yay, Moto! Yep. Alright, there's Eidolon of Rhetoric, so they can't play another spell. I really want them to swing with these so I can actually kill them. Yep, I'll reveal Force of Negation. Thank you, Savage Rocker, for the subscription. I appreciate it. It's really, really cool of you. That's 3 months, too. Thank you for that. Hope you are enjoying the stream. Alright, they're going to have to activate these now if they want to find a thing. And if they do find a thing, that's the only thing they can cast. Noble Hierarch, sure. We got enough elementals to block here. We can kill the Bird of Paradise with Grim Lavamancer. We can also give more fuel for ourselves with Ashiok if we run out. It's also a thing that we can do. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable about where we're at. They might have boxed themselves in by playing this. I think it hurts them at this stage more than it hurts us. This is a fun game. Both players are doing like back and forth stuff. I do think we're heavily favored, so that might paint my opinion of this a little bit, but I am actually enjoying this match. There's Giver of Runes, but that's the only thing they can do. They might be thinking that we don't see the line. Now they can only play instants. Okay. Yeah, we have lethal if we untap. Because we just burn them after we burn their bird. Fun match, though. We would have drawn a lightning bolt. Oh, Burn Guy got another 5-0 today. So we might not finish second for this season. We might end up going to third. But that's fine. We had some really, really great games this season. A lot of fun leagues. Blue Moon was really good for a long time. I'm hoping Delver's good now too. I'd like some way to just deal with the Veil of Summer stuff. And ideally, I'd like to do it in a blue-red deck. I don't want to just fuck off to Pioneer forever, you know? Is this hand a trap? I feel like it is. Going in blind, I really, really need a threat. Okay, this is a little bit better. Today I had an opponent concede after losing game 1 and they typed nice child's deck before leaving. I hate that. You know, for as like loving and supporting as the MTG community likes to act, stuff like that still happens way too frequently. That's really upsetting. I'm sorry about that. Why not just direct all that hatred towards, like, the deck and not the person playing it? Like, I'm a pretty spiteful individual, don't get me wrong. I'm filled with all sorts of negative emotions, but I never want to direct those at people unless they're truly evil sacks of shit. And most of the time in the world of Magic, it's not the fault of the person, it's the deck. Or the cards in it. At least I found. Obviously, if somebody cheats, like, there's nuance to the situation and whatever, but if you're just, like, playing a game of Magic, you know, and you don't like how things are going, just blame the deck. Don't blame the person. Or blame yourself so that you can actually improve. That's also a thing you can do. I think I will counter the Sakura Tribe Elder here. I think this is just Scape Shift, but with blue instead of red. I think it's Simic Scape Shift, because of course we got Splash for Oko. I'm so... I bet that's what it is. That's what it is, isn't it? This is for, like... My impulse was that was Amulet Titan, but then they played Sakura Tribe Elder, and I'm like, Valakut's now dropping red for Oko Thief of Crowns, aren't they? Oh, it might just be a lands-based deck. Well, then, of course, that's basically... No, it's basically Valakut with Oko, right? Because you don't even need Valakut the Molten Pinnacle, because you got this hard to interact with thing right there. Also from Core Set 20. It's a pattern. I like to remember that everyone has their own things they enjoy. And everyone plays different parts of Magic. Like, playing against prison decks might be aggravating, but the person playing the prison deck is playing their kind of style they enjoy. Yeah, and it takes all kinds. So it's never really the person's fault. You know? Like, if they're cheating or whatever, then yeah, sure. But, like, if they're just playing an archetype you don't like, Like, nobody likes playing against certain archetypes. It's fine. I was on Golgari, Stompy, and Pioneer, which in his fairness is like the green deck I played when I was in 6th grade. Okay, so there might have been some merit to that statement, but it was still a rude thing to say. Bazooka Bog. Ooh. That might come back to bite us. Are we going to draw Snapcaster Mage? No, we didn't. Okay. Next turn's when they play Prime Time. But if they don't play Prime Time, I think we win. But they're gonna play Prime Time because this is a Scape Shift deck. So now they probably don't even have Scape Shift, right? And they are gonna have. They are gonna be able to make a zombie. But that's all they can do, I think. No, they might get Radiant Fountain, right? Please don't get Radiant Fountain. Just get another Field of the Dead. Nah, if they get another Field of the Dead, it doesn't work because they need 7 lands. 7 or more lands with different names. So they're going to get, like, Radiant Fountain and Vesuva, right? Yeah. God, I hate it. Okay, we can deal 3 to them. No, not even. We can deal 2 to them. Maybe we can just go wide enough and kill him? Okay, they're gonna be able to generate like 5 zombies, right? But they can't play another Primeval Titan, I don't think. Maybe we can do this. It'd be really cool if we could. At least we don't have to worry about a Valakut kill. Another Field of the Dead. It's really bad. Let me guess, Vesuva, copying Radiant Fountain, right? So we got... Did they play a land already? They played Field of the Dead. Okay. Christ on a cracker. So that's 10. Okay, we're gonna have 2 more elementals here. If we bolt them, we need to deal... Oh god, I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're gonna have exactly enough zombies. And I bet they got another Primeval Titan. Yeah, I'm just taking the damage. Mm-hmm. I'd love a cryptic command here. It's 3 Field of the Deads actually, so we're not getting through that. Yeah, we're not getting through that. We're just not. That's a lot of damage. So they're going to be able to generate like 12 more zombies here. But we're going to be able to generate some tokens. I'm really curious to see what they do here. I know they got Radiant Fountain in hand, Blast Zone. Let's draw some cards. Nubs, 1992, thank you for the follow. Happy to have you here. We need to get 3 damage in somehow. Don't see how that's gonna happen. They can generate 3 more zombies, so we need like 9 tokens. We can let 2 of these zombies get through without dying. No! Okay. There's just no way to do this. We're gonna die no matter what happens. I would like to... I'd like to take this back. Summoner's Pact. Ah! Well, I'm definitely bringing in my Blood Moons. We were close. We were really close, but they just generated too many zombies. It's got like 3 Field of Deads. It makes sense, though, that they'd have that many Field of Deads. This is basically their Valakut. I don't know, maybe they fuck up and they don't gain life. Seems super unlikely, though. Cavern of Souls, yep. They have 2 Cavern of Souls. Yeah, I just like this deck more than Valakut. It's got Oko, it's got Fielded Net. There were a lot of really busted cards from this set, weren't there? Like these past couple of sets. A lot of busted cards. Okay, what do we need? I don't even know. I don't think there's a way. We're still behind on clock even though all this stuff happened. Snap doesn't do it because they gain life. Come on, Moto, you can do it. I'd like all of those. I'd like these. I'd like these. Don't think Bolt's gonna be too great. Spell Snare might be okay against Sakura Tribe Scout. I mean, Sakura Tribe Elder and whatnot. Don't think Sinkhole's where we want to be. Take out some Archmage's charms. Because let's be real, they're just, like, we're going to have to Blood Moon. So the triple blue's probably not going to be great. Try it like that. I was looking at a sideboard guide for this list. What's the plane against? This deck's relatively new, probably, right? So I doubt it's on here. Time Shift. Well, that's not really it. Sure. All we gotta do is stop them from playing to prime time. Okay, so I'll likely get Steam Vents and then opt here. I don't think they got Spell Snare. Really hope they don't. Because I think we'll be able to race them if this resolves. We have enough counter magic. Nah. Drew land anyway. Don't dismember me. Please don't. Don't do it. Oh my god, they're gonna. Yep. Yep. That was our only hope, really. Like, the game's essentially over now. Like, we could draw a Blood Moon, but let's be real, that's not gonna happen. Hi, is this a deck you play often? I do like this deck. I don't play it super often, but I do enjoy it. Do I counter this? I really want to stop them from ramping. I think I'm gonna. Can't really Serum Visions right now. I gotta hold up Mystical Dispute. Because if they play non-blue spell next turn, like a Prime Time off of Castle Garenberg, I gotta be able to deal with that. Okay, they didn't. Ashiok. Do I even play Ashiok? I don't think I do. Not yet. Well, there's Blood Moon. So as long as they don't have exactly Cavern of Souls, I think we can win. The problem is they're going to have exactly Cavern of Souls. I would have preferred to dispute over Deprive there. Deprive is a good tempo negative. You have lands in your hand or you don't have Sanctuary online. The reason why I Deprived there instead disputed was they would have had enough mana to play Oko. Alright, I think we win here. Because what they're going to do is they're going to try and Veil of Summer because it's a brain dead card for combo decks. Or any deck running green for that matter. We're going to Force of Negation the Veil of Summer or the Mystical Dispute. Same energy really, to be completely honest. Then we're going to Blood Moon them and hopefully win. They need exactly Force of Vigor. I forgot that we put Deprive on top. I forgot we put Deprive on top. Such an asshole, oh my god. We could have won there. We could have won if I didn't put the Deprive on top. We might still win, but we could have absolutely won because they wouldn't have been able to pay for the pact. Oh, God. Why do I do these things? Hey man, good to see you playing again. Have some money. Thank you. Thank you so much, Grand Seal. Thank you, Grand Seal. It's really, really cool of you. Alright, we need to find a way to close out the game. Because they have forests in their deck. That's the start. They also probably have Force of Vigor. That's also a start. Still playing around Mystical Dispute here. And I'm holding the Mystic Sanctuary in case they find a way to kill this. Why? You know what? I don't care. We put another one on top. As long as they don't have Forest here, we can do it. You have a third Dismember. I'm sure that 250 will help. It does! Thank you. Every little bit helps. Why? Come on! These are such narrow cards. I get that Delver and Pizzy are threats, but come on. Now I need to play this. No, yeah, no, I do need to play it. Because if They have a mystical dispute of their own. I want to be able to pay for it. Well, that's double blue. Why engineered explosives? I guess it gets rid of Blood Moon. Come on, we're so close. Is my hubris going to cost us this game? Okay, that's... We can Snapcaster Mage Deprive. Snap Opt. Try and find another threat. Do you have yet another Dismember? Delver of Secrets is a threat. Why'd you bottom the Delver of Secrets? Because I was a fool and thought that 2 Young Pyromancers were going to be enough against my Blood Moon opponent. I gave up on blue-red in Modern. I just play black-red Goblins now. Goblins is a great deck. I've lost to Goblins many times. I got a lot of really great cards because of Modern Horizons. So there's no shame in that. I never look down on people for giving up on the archetype because it's really, really, when it's good, it's really good, and when it's bad, it's awful. And you gotta do what's best for you. Okay, if this flips, we win. Flipped, so I think we win. Even if they have a 3rd Dismember. I love the playstyle, but it really has a oops, drew the wrong part of my deck vibe. Yeah, especially during game 1s. You could have a hand that's pretty solid and be like, I got some Lightning Bolts, I got Magmatic Sinkhole, this is great, and then you just play against a deck where those spells aren't relevant. It's an issue a lot of control decks actually have. Games 2 and 3 get better, but having those dead cards can be a real liability game 1, which is why I've always liked the builds with Thing in the Ice, because it allows you to convert those crappy cards into, like, at least something that gets rid of the ice counters. But, you know, now Thing in the Ice just becomes an elk. So. You play any Pioneer? I do. I play the Blue, Red, and Soul deck in Pioneer a little bit in my free time, and it's really fun. It actually plays a lot like Delver, but instead of more instants and sorceries, you just kind of generate five damage. There's some really, really fun and cool tempo plays. Yeah, I love the in Soul deck. It was actually the first competitive deck I ever played in Standard. So Pioneer is good for that because I can reconnect with that old friend of mine, kinda. Okay, I think I'm going to use this op to try and find a land. Force is good. Do I want to force here, pitching Snappy Boy? I think I do. Gotta slow him down. Yeah, I think I'm doing that. I don't want them to just, like... They're already on the play. I don't want them to get far ahead, and we have a second force. Ashiok. Ooh, that's tough. Mostly because when they play Oko here, I don't know what I want to force. Do I want to force the Ashiok or the Archmage's Charm? Because I'm definitely not forcing the Deprive, because that's our only other counterspell. I kind of think I want to get rid of the Charm. Okay, come on, man. Hate Lex, thank you for the follow. Red Tide. Yeah, that was the version of Blue Moon I came up with the Spreading Seas in the main deck. It was good against Eldrazi-tron, but I just kept losing to the Veil decks with it. Also, thank you, Hatelix, for the follow. Red Tide was really, really good until I played against the Veil decks, though. They fizzled my Spreading Seas with Veil of Summer a couple of times. I'm just like, yep, I think I'm done here. Hopefully they don't counter this. They probably got Veil or Mystical Dispute or something. If they do, we're beating down with an Elemental. They got 4 cards in hand, though. Surely they don't have it all. Yep, good old green Elemental Blast. Why didn't they complete the cycle in Core Set 20? Yep, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. At least it wasn't Veil. At least they don't get to draw a card off of it. So that's thinking positive, I guess. Yeah, the classic tank, 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 make the best possible play. It's like, do I want to counter their Force of Negation and allow them to, like, 2-for-1 themselves while still... Actually, you know what? Gotta tone it back. What the fuck, man? Come on! An elf? Oracle of Moldiah. Okay. Can't be countered. Oko Thief of Crowns on top. At least we can Ashiok that away. Another counter spell. I really want to draw Blood Moon here. Can I punish that, please? Can I please punish that by drawing one of my 3 Blood Moons? Frick. Get rid of that Oko, please. No, I can't counter Titan because I got a second Cavern of Souls. Because why not? There's Bajuka Bog. Yep, and Field of the Dead. At least this is helping me know what's on top of their library. We're just gonna hard cast the Prime Time. They don't even need to search for it, right? They ball that hard. There's a Prime Time on top of their library. Yeah, now I gotta get rid of the Ashiok. Bog, yep. Steve, yep. Which means they can shuffle their library in response to me trying to exile it. Blood Moon, please. Yeah, I'll reveal Opt. Watch, it's gonna be another Prime Time on top. You ever just... I wish there was some way to deal with this card. No, I'm not scooping. I'm going to let them have their fun. They've earned this. At least Pioneer doesn't have any of this stuff. Hey, want to buy Pioneer Masters? Frustrated with Modern and playing Pioneer now? Good news, we have a product for you. Ah, well. Pioneer has a green Eldrazi ramp deck? No, it's fine. At least you can counter that. At least you can counter their stuff. Sure, Ulamog still exiles 2 of your lands, but at least you can counter it. They're not going to ban anything. They don't give a shit about this format anymore. With what counters? Dude, you're not even wrong. I love it. I love it. You're absolutely right, Teddy. At least you can counter the ramp spells. Yeah, but there's no counters in Pioneer, and I'm like, damn, you right. Don't you want to play Quench? Or Censor? All these great 2-mana counter spells like Quench and Censor? Why don't they just ban counter spells? Then we can have Hearthstone. Oh my god, I just had a brain blast. That's it. Okay, tinfoil hat time. That's why Little Teferi exists. That's why there's all these uncounterable stuff. They're like, we need to create a door for the Hearthstone players, so we need to make our game as... You know, fuck Magic in its history and it being the best card game ever made. We need to cash in on that Hearthstone market by making the game as much like Hearthstone as possible. That's my tinfoil hat theory of the day. Because Hearthstone, you don't have on the stack, like, interaction, right? You don't have counter spells. Like, I could be wrong. But from what I remember, that's how the game's designed, right? Teferi, then Veil, then Fires of Invention. I completely forgot about... That's what they're fucking doing! Oh my gosh! Oh, it hurts! It hurts so much! Holy shit! Oh, they're Death Shadow, by the way. Okay. So, they're probably gonna... They're gonna play Gurmy here, right? See, this is why I love Commander. Do you have said tinfoil hat? I need a tinfoil hat. Inquisition of Kozilek. They just... Congrats, you played yourself. Because Now we're going to draw a land, and we're going to Sinkhole their Gurmag Angler. Oh my god, can we please, please, that'd be so funny. Nah. Can we draw a land? No? Okay. Well, now if they kill Pizzy... Now if they kill Pizzy, we can Sinkhole. But they got Stubborn Denial right now. So that's probably not going to happen. Who put sunglasses on me? Thank you, Haunter. Yeah, my branding's not the best. I gotta speak with my manager about it. Okay, do they got Shadow? They do. My Shadow! My Shadow! Oh my god, please try to Fatal Push one of my dudes. They were thinking about it. Alright, if they draw a red source, we die. Because they almost decidedly have their one copy of Timber Battle Rage. Okay, if they just got one land, we might be fine here. Because they're going to stub this. We're going to block Death Shadow. Okay, cool. I love the glasses with all the shade you're throwing at Veil after all. Yeah, I mean, it deserves it. It doesn't care. It doesn't have a soul. Veil of Summer doesn't have a soul. Okay, how do I sideboard against Shadow? Help me out, my dude. Alright, Dispute, Blood Moon, Saheeli. Well, I don't have Dismember or Saheeli. Taking out Bolt? Really? Bolt's a win con, though. I get taking out Force. I don't get taken out Bolt, though. But hey, you know, maybe that's correct. Do I bring in Ashiok? I don't know. I feel like the rest of our cards are really good. Probably better than Ashiok. I'm just going to send it back. Nah, I'm not keeping that. I just can't. You know. Yeah, mulliganing to 5 against the Thoughtseize deck's gonna hurt. Bolt doesn't kill anything in their deck. You'll only be able to cheese a bad Death Shadow player who goes to 6 against his Bolt Snap Bolt's opponent. Yeah, I know they can manage their life total correctly, but it's gotta be better than taking them all out, right? At least they have to respect and fear Bolt throughout most of the game. I get maybe taking one out, but I feel like you don't want to take out all 4. Because, like, yeah, a bad Death Shadow player will, like, send themselves to 6 instead of 7, but at least you can put the Fear of God in them and keep that door open. It also kind of, like... Then again, they don't know you take out the bolts, so maybe they just play around bolt the whole time and you have more impactful spells. I guess if I had a Saheeli or a couple of Dismembers in my deck, then I maybe should do that. Because I don't even know what... Are you kidding me? Oh, is this Sultai Death Shadow? Or is this Grixis Death Shadow splashing green for Oko? Because they played a Gurmy. They played a Gurmag Angler. So I feel like this is just Grixis splashing green for Oko, which means they're probably splashing green for Veil of Summer too. We took out Blood Moon. Alright, show me potato salad. Can I Thoughtseize? Oof. Stop, stop, he's already dead. It's the Grixis green list. Yeah. How much longer is Oko gonna be in Modern? Probably a while. Everybody's saying, oh, he'll get banned. And it's like bold of you to assume Wizards actually cares about this format. Do they not have removal? No, they might have removal and they're just saving it to get information off the Delver flip. Yeah, that's smart. I respect that play. That's a good play. Isn't like 90% of the Modern meta bad for Modern? Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be a problem child in Modern. There really is. And I'd rather have Oko than Hogak. You know? Like... You know what I mean? It's the lesser of two evils. I'd rather be playing against Oko decks than Hogak decks. I do think I think Oko's just a really, really good Planeswalker, and I can see the value in that. What I don't think is okay is Veil. I think cards that just completely fucking ruin entire archetypes and move outside the sideboard, like when people are main decking Veil of Summer. Ah, that's probably a concern. Okay, I think we got a line here. I'm not going to steal the Shadow yet. I'm going to steal the Shadow now to hopefully get them to use their copy of Stubborn Denial. And then I'm going to try and Blood Moon them. We're doing all right for a mulligan to 5. Two bolts ain't bad. If this resolves and we draw land, we can probably win. Yeah, if this resolves and we draw land, we can probably win. They might have Timber Battle Rage, though. Okay, they're at 6. Nice, okay. Yeah, we need a land here. I'd love to beat Death Shadow on a mulligan to this low. That'd be incredible. Well, that's a land. We did well. I'm not ashamed of how we played that. I think we didn't have a whole lot of room to do some cool created stuff because we got Thoughtseize so much. And with what we had, we did well with it. Oh, that would have been cool. I don't think it was really up to us whether or not we were going to get to play Magic that game anyway. Alright. It's not great, but at least it's well insulated against Thoughtseize. They're probably not going to take the Opt. And because of that, we can use the Opt to find something juicy. Definitely think it's better than mulliganing. So I know it's late, but after this, does anybody want to stick around for Pioneer? I'm kind of in the mood to play Pioneer after everything that's happened. Which is the goal, right? Like, that's what you want me to do, Wizards of the Coast. I'm always in the mood for Pioneer. Nice. Yeah, we're probably going to do that. Thread of Length. I love that name. Thank you so much for the follow. Yikes, Pioneer. Yeah, I know people are kind of... the verdict's still out on Pioneer. I agree, but I do really like the Ensoul Artifact deck, and I've liked it for a while. So it is kind of my guilty pleasure. It's my dirty secret. I'll keep Pizzy. So Delver's not going to flip, but it's probably not going to live anyway because we kept a card on top. And that should give us a window to play Young Pyromancer. Yikes. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I know it's probably counterintuitive for me to like scry that way and whatever. But this dude's not gonna live. He's just not. So we can hit him down to 9, which means they're gonna be dead to Delver Flip plus Bolt. I'm not revealing that. Nice. Okay. Okay, no, they actually don't have removal. That's interessante. And they only have enough for one... Ugh, gross. Do I just bolt them here? Yeah, I think I do. Sad, but I think it's what we gotta do. This gives us an elemental as well. It's sad because now we can't, yeah, okay. Death Shadow, bring it on. Show me a bolt. Polluted Delta. Okay. Well, it's flipping next turn. So there's that. I like Mystic Sanctuary in this deck a lot. It guarantees that we can actually flip our shit. Block there. Okay, they can Oko. Do we put Bolt on top? I think we put Bolt on top. See, this is kind of why I don't want to take the Bolts out in this matchup, because even if they play perfectly, you can still sort of back them into a corner. Okay, they got 3 cards. Fatal Push. Yep. Okay. Do you have a second one? Do you have a second one? I will pay 3. Yeah. Sweet, we did. Alright. So I think we played that last match pretty tight. And I'm satisfied with how this deck's performing, but that being said, I can't play it. Like, I can't. Like, when you think back to the decks that we lost to, and the exact sort of cards that we lost to, that's indicative of why a deck like this can't succeed long-term in Modern. Because despite how good and fluid and fun this deck is, we're not allowed to play it and perform well in high-level events. Because everybody's running Cavern of Souls and Veil of Summer, Dovin's Veto, Supreme Verdict, all that bullshit. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. And we were at that point with Blue Moon about a week ago, where I'm just like, I can't recommend playing this right now because all these other cards exist and they're the only thing I'm losing to. And Delver, sure, it's different. It's a little bit more aggressive, but the counter spells are still a huge part of the deck. And when you have other decks that are just like, those counter spells might as well be non-existent. Because I'm running Cavern, or I'm running main deck Veil of Summer, or like I'm running Supreme Verdict. No, like, you can't recommend it to people. Because it's like, you're really gonna... It'd be like if Humans was like 30% of the meta and you show up with your counterspell deck. It's like, okay, man, you're gonna lose game 1 and probably games 2 and 3. Have you tried Death Shadow or something like Bant Snow Control? I've tried Death Shadow, and it's fun, but again, the playstyle's different. I really, really like this sort of playstyle and the playstyle Blue Moon offers, and I get punished for enjoying that archetype in Modern. So until something changes, my hands are kind of tied, because I'm not really content with 3-2ing all the time. I want to feel like I'm growing. I want to feel like I'm playing a deck that has a chance in big events. And if you run cryptic commands, you're not going to win an event. And you're going to have a really hard time 5-0ing. I'm hoping Ashiok's Erasure is worth testing in Blue Moon. This was kind of the card I was talking about. It functions kind of similarly to Cryptic Command, because making sure your opponent can't cast their Primeval Titans or their really, really big spells, it's kind of like card advantage. So you get to flash this in, exile their big thing, and then that thing just doesn't exist anymore until they get rid of this. And if they get rid of it, it goes back to their hand. They don't recast it like with Spell Queller. So it might be possible to build a version of Blue Moon that's running like 4 of these in the Cryptic Command slot, and just not worry about Veil of Summer, Supreme Verdict, Cavern of Souls, any of that stuff. That might be possible. This is kind of my last hope, because I've tested cards like this. I've tested Summary Dismissal, Mindbreak Trap, other 4-drop exile spells, but this one, they can't cast that card anymore ability is so good. Like, just think of Meddling Mage. This is basically a Meddling Mage you can play at instant speed that can't die, because nobody runs main deck enchantment hate. So this is my hope, because I think this is the only thing we're getting for Blue Moon in this set, to be honest. And it solves the big issue we're currently having. At least in theory. 4 mana, it might be too slow, but, you know, at least it says exile target spell. Yeah, it's super veil proof. So this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping this card's good, and I'll probably get back to Blue Moon once this set comes out and try a build with Brazen Borrower in this, because you can't really run Thing in the Ice with 4 copies of Ashiok's Erasure because it doesn't trigger Thing. And Brazen Borrower's Petty Theft ability is really good with this if they already have the card you exile on the field, because it turns it into a Vindicate. By the time this card is legal, I hope that Oko will be banned. Me too. I hope Veil will be banned, though. And even if Oko and Veil do get banned, like, Cavern of Souls is still a disgusting Magic card and is still going to exist. So I'm all about testing stuff that exiles stuff on the stack. So that's my hope. If I don't play Modern a whole lot in between now and when this set comes out, it's because I'm waiting for this. So all that being said, I'm going to head out and probably play some Is It Insole. I've been running a couple of different versions of it, but I think this version with the 2 Scions main board and the Emrys is the one that I like the best. So if y'all are interested in seeing some Pioneers, stick around. But if not, I hope you have a great night, and take care.